Welcome to the Art During Wartime podcast. I'm your host, David Junk. Today's guest is Ukrainian artist Mykolai Sierga. Mykolai Sierga is a rock singer, musician, TV host, lyricist, and comedian. Many fans in Ukraine and elsewhere have fallen in love with him thanks to his unfiltered and heartfelt performances, driving guitar riffs, memorable choruses, and moving lyrics that frequently address themes of love, sorrow, and the human condition. Hi, Kolya. Thank you for joining our podcast.
Hi, David. It's big pleasure for me.
How are you today? You mentioned you're a little tired. Were you coming from somewhere that you were performing, or
we made videos. We filmed new show project. We create the studio inside the bus and recording guys, military guys, soldiers on the front line, their songs, and then producing these songs. So today I'm in Kiev, and we recording chorus of chapelans and a few instruments for one of the song with the violin quintet.
Oh, nice! That's going to sound amazing. I think.
Yeah, it will be.
I want to talk about your podcast bus. That's a very interesting story. But before we talk about all the different interesting things about your background and what you do for the armed forces, I'd like for our audience to get to know a little bit about you and your background. You were born in the city of Cherkasy, but you moved to Odesa when you were 6 years old. That's correct?
Yeah, it's. I was born in Cherkasy. And my father was a soldier. He was an officer, and we moved after my birth. We moved to Russia, to Chelyabinsk. At first, Yuzhno-Uralsk. It's north of Russia. It's very cold place. From a little bit warm, normal Cherkasy. After the birth, going to the very cold place. I feel like betraying, for what they come to this world, not for this.
Why would they do this to you?
A few years we lived there in Yuzhno-Uralsk, then Chelyabinsk, then we moved back to Ukraine, to Poltava, and then to Odesa, and stayed there. And my father became how to say, teacher in university.
Oh, professor.
Professor, yeah, and in parallel with that, he was the officer on military cathedra in university.
So he was a professor in Odessa, at the university in Odessa?
Yeah.
What is... I've been to Odessa many times. It's one of the most beautiful cities in the world, but I'd love to hear what you have to say about Odessa.
Odessa, it's Ukrainian Los Angeles.
That's what I think too.
Vibe.
I really believe that. Yes.
Water, too close water, and Odessa is the city. It's very interesting city. It's trickster city because it was poor.
What do you mean by that?
Trickster, like some. It's like archetype who doing different tricks with you. So the characteristics of these archetypes is humor, is always some performance for you. A trickster always doing some performance, and it's like
adventurous. Yes,
adventurous. Yeah.
Odessa
is the city of adventures, and Odessa is the city adventurist. So always it's playing with you, and it's the city teach you. How to be creative, how to be, how to move to your gain, but not like straightly going to the gain. How to get to your gain in different ways. So you going not straight like this, sometimes like this, but always you come into your gain. It's how I took Odesa inside me, and I think these type of characters helps me in my life, and so that's why when somebody asks me from where you and who you are about the city, I always tell that I'm from Odessa. I'm Odessit because
Kolya, why have so many
it's a lot of common
talented
things.
Ukrainians, especially comedians, come from Odessa? What is it about Odessa that creates comedians?
It's about the creative because the sense of humor. At first, the sense of humor it's a very high level of driving your imagination. So, and what's the sense of humor given to you like an instrument? It's helping you to disconnect what is outside and what is inside the situation. So you keep the inside things and change the outside things, and it given the humor, and it helping you always to work with the objectives in your life in this way. So that's why I want to repeat the phrase about the getting to the gain, not in straightly ways, in different ways. You never know how you will get there, but you will get there. Why? Because when it will be very difficult, you just use your humor. You just use your prism with which you watching to the situation in your life, and you can control them. Because when you can take the situation, disconnect outside and inside, change something inside, you're in situation, but your mind not in the situation, so you can control it.
Right, right. It does remind me of Los Angeles the way you describe it in so many ways. Did you you got your start in the comedy club in Odessa, right?
Yeah, it was like student comedy. We call it the club of funny and creative, maybe like this. And maybe in half a year, the comedy show, it was like the main comedy show in Odessa, invited me like an after. So I write humor phrases, jokes to another people. And in half year more, I became like a resident of this show. Then I moved to Moscow, and it was very famous comedy show for whole the Russia and in Ukraine too.
KVN, I believe, is what it's called, right?
It was Love Without Rules. It's called.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a comedy
All right.
club and offside project of comedy club, Love Without Rules. And I won this show. I remember the main prize in this show was eight 800,000 rubles. So it was about $25,000. And
Okay.
I was 18 or 19.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah.
At
And
18, that's pretty good
and
payoff. Yeah.
I understood, wow, it's a great thing. And my father, military, I told to you, he always watching on what I'm doing in humor, on the singing.
Was he supportive? Did he support you?
Before that, no, he given the maximum resistance for that. No, it's not. It's not.
But once you made
real
some money,
things.
that changed
Yeah,
things,
but
huh?
yeah, it's changed, and it was a very funny thing that once I decided that I don't want to write jokes anymore. I want to write songs. I begin to do this, and my father come to my room and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm writing songs." No, you need to write jokes because it's giving money. I said, "Father, I need some time." And in half a year, I went to something like Ukrainian Idol and become like musical, not star, it's a start star. Like, I became famous in Ukraine to maybe to everybody, because it was very famous show in Ukraine. This season was very famous, and we did more than 100 concerts in every cities and villages in Ukraine. Not every villages, in all the big cities and little cities in Ukraine. So
So that's how you move from comedy to
yeah,
music.
yeah,
Then.
to music.
What I know you go back to Odessa. Are your parents still there? Do they still live in Odessa?
My in my family, all the men are in the army now.
Okay.
My father was the commander of one of the battalions um, uh, in Odessa brigade. They was near Kherson, and um, they was there. And after the occupation of Kherson region too. And about a few months ago, the general state of that part of Ukraine invited him like a professor, so like military professor, because he, the doctor, PhD in
Right.
physical science. He almost whole his life working with the atmosphere and learning, writing different works about that. And right now he working with the drones. And my father,
Oh, that's important. That's important.
and my
Yeah.
brother.
The sea drones, probably, right?
No, no,
I'm
no.
assuming.
It's
the
more
air drones?
about air drones. And my brother, he is battle medic.
Where is he?
Medic.
Oh, he's a medic. He's
Medic,
he's,
medic,
he's,
yeah.
He's,
Evacuation
Is he
medic.
on the front lines? Is he?
Yeah.
Is he near the? Okay.
In the Donetsk region.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and my sister working like a painter, like an artist in the occupied cities. We drawn murals on the walls.
Wow, I would like to have her as a guest sometime. That would be interesting to see her
Yeah.
work and her murals.
It's one of
your
our
family
projects.
is a very public service. I mean, your family is dedicated to Ukraine and serving Ukraine
gorgeous.
in every way.
I'm very proud of my family, of every member of my family, and my mother teaching. She's teaching in Odessa, and in Zoom, in Skype, she teaching the children in the occupied cities. She's
Now,
the teacher
Odessa
of
was an early
mathematics.
target. I know the Russians were targeting Odessa very early, and it seems as if they've given up because of the way Ukrainians have protected the Black Sea.
Yeah.
How is Odessa holding up going into the third year of war? It's still very much a target, I'm sure, of the Russians. Is the city doing
Yeah.
all right, functioning?
Yeah, Odessa is a very powerful city, and the bravery of Odessa people is very high. So, keeping the position.
That's wonderful. I hope to see Odessa again soon. It really is one of the great cities in the world. It really is amazing.
Thanks.
I want to talk about your music, though. Your song "Home" is one I wanted to ask you a question about. You have many great songs, and I like how you use guitars in your songs. I used to work for Gibson guitars, so I'm very familiar with guitar-driven
I
rock.
have Gibson
and
Montana Gold.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful guitar, isn't it? I bet you love it.
I have two of my favorite guitar. One is Gibson Montana Gold, and another one is Martin Sustainable Wood. And I prefer
Martins are very good. Yes,
Martin
they're very
Sustainable
good
Wood.
acoustic guitars.
It's much cheaper, maybe 3 times cheaper, but I like the sound and it's more comfortable for me.
Sure.
You know why its guitar is so organic in my songs?
Why is that?
Because I always writing songs with the guitar, And it's a very interesting thing. When I record in the studio, it's very difficult for me to sing without the guitar. So always we make demo version and then working with the demo version. We always at one time recording voice and guitar, and it's giving I don't know. It's giving the true. It's so truthful, and it's for me it's the main thing, because you can play everything. You can find a lot of people who can sing, who can play amazing and difficult chords, but when you feel organic, when you feel the I don't know, when you feel something inside, what you need to give, everything's work. When it's separating, it doesn't work. Together, it works.
I'm going to ask you the question every artist, songwriter is asked. What comes first, the music or the lyrics for you?
The idea.
The idea.
The idea. It's the main thing. Especially right now, when I understand the main function of culture, I feel it, and I feel responsibility for what our organization doing. So that's why maybe I don't have possibility to just like fly in the skies and searching for the muse there, but I directly know what we need to do today and what we need to do tomorrow and tomorrow after tomorrow. So that's why maybe the first watch given the idea of the song is the problem. We're understanding the problem, and we understand that we need to decide this problem with the culture. Why the culture? Because information work with your consciousness, and you can criticize that, you can choose something or don't choose. Analyzing when you working with the culture, you working with unconsciousness. So always unconsciousness, it's the roots of the thoughts. So you don't working with the leaves, you working with the roots. So that's why when we understand the problem, understanding that we can do something inside, we can create something, and then becomes an idea how to decide the problem. Then we take an idea in and searching what you need for this idea. If I need myself, okay, I will be one of the instruments. If I need another guy, I need to change how it need to looks like. An example, we have the problem. We have the problem in our army. The biggest maybe part of the soldiers, it's 45 years and upper. So, and we understand that young guys creating some contents, writing songs, writing poems, writing rap, something like this, and create content.
Soldiers do
soldiers, yes. It's a lot of talented people right now in the army, and he creating this, and it will be interesting for the guys with his age till 30, an example, and we don't have content for the people 45 and upper.
The older folks.
I found few songs, few powerful songs which will work on this audience. An example, we need the song which will give the possibility to cry, and for the soldiers, the main theme for crying is the died brothers, the brothers in arms. I found this song. It called the birds. About it's like metaphor of the died brothers in arms, like birds which keep in the sky to don't let fall it down. And this song wrote the guy. He is 64 years. amazing man. But right now he is not in the army. We create production, we did everything, and it works. And after that, I met the guy. He is the solist of Zaporizhia Philharmonia, and he was in Storm Group in Zaporizhia Brigade, and they was in the battle, and he put his leg on the mine. It's exploded,
Oh,
and he's still with one leg. Right now, he's on rehabilitation. And I spoke with him. He said, tomorrow I need to go to VLK, to the commission, and they will decide they still in the army or going to the civil life. I said, okay, I will speak with them. I called them, tell who I am, what organization I have, and said, please keep him in the army. I will take him to my team. They said, okay, they knows me. He's still in the army, to finishing the rehabilitation and become one of cultural paratroopers in our team. And I understand that he's about 50 years old. He has a battle, war experience,
right.
and he's singer, and he sings very well. And I call him to the after of the song, said I found the guy. He said okay, no questions, and we re-record the song with his voice, and we understand that the song with the history giving a very powerful product which will work and decide this problem. We found the song, we find the right guy, we create everything, and we giving it to these people, and they will believe him, they will listen him, they will know questions to him, and they in this believing they can open themselves and crying, and it helps to renew themselves. So it's how we right now working with the songs.
There are so many musicians, singers, vocalists, musical instrument performers, all walks of cultural life fighting in the Ukrainian army now. I hear so many incredible stories. And your group, Cultural Landing, correct? That's the
Cultural forces, we call it.
Cultural Forces is I guess the equivalent in America of our USO.
Yeah, I spoke
and
with
other
the USO.
musicians-
Spoke
Okay,
with
so
the
that's
USO.
your-
We had conversation with them in Zoom, and they was impressed with what we doing, and they said that when the war will finish, they wanna meet with us, meet with me, and they want us to share our experience. Because they said we created concert performances in hospitals, rehabilitation centers, on the basis, but you're doing straightly on the front line. How it works? It works.
Yeah, that's probably unusual for them. I mean, you're doing performances right on the front lines, aren't you?
Yeah,
with
and
Cultural
that's why
Forces.
it's not concerts. It's like sessions. That's why we
Okay.
created. We have 8 groups, 8 different groups which working on different side on the front line. Not sides. I'm sorry. On different places on the front line.
Okay.
6 group on the front line and 2 in the civil society. One of them just hospitals and rehabilitation centers, and another one training centers and universities, because they showing like national patriotic behavior. And these 6 groups creating on the same formula. So we have the host who need to be psychologist, because he need to understand and always keep very close attention on the audience because we're working with the people whose consciousness is changed with the war, with the stress. So we need to be very, very careful, like doctors.
When you're performing for
Course.
soldiers on the front
Yeah,
line,
of
right?
course.
In
So
these sessions, right?
so the host must be professional, not just in.
Not just a musician; he has to be a psychologist
He
as well
he
too.
can
Right?
he can be not musician. He can be professional host. But yeah, he need to have psychologist background or psychology knowledge. If he doesn't have, but we found him, understand his talent in this, we took him and sent to the courses, to the education, to where he can get education. Neuro linguistic programming, Erickson hypnotize, that just base psychology, and so he's has responsibility for hold the show and hold the connection, and he using every artist like an element of his story, which he need to give here, and we have different artists who has their zone of responsibility. An example, we have bandura player Любов Shepeluk. And Любов, it's very interesting, translating from Ukrainian language like love. She's 18.
Okay.
She's 18. She has amazing voice. She amazing. She's playing on bandura very, very softly. It's very beautiful, and she always playing traditional songs. And right now she is studying in university. And when she comes, she said, I have a paradox in my head. I want to be here because I understand that that kind of culture which I can get here, and understanding the culture which I can get here on the front line, I will not get anywhere more. But I have 4 courses, the last course of my university, and I'm going to the red diploma. I don't know what to do. I said, I will speak with your rector, who is the main guy in the university. I come to Kiev, come to his cabinet, spoke with him. He understand everything, and he said, I will help. I will ensure. And she was very happy, and she working every day on the front line. She's
What
18.
a brave person! What a brave
She's amazing.
18-year-old.
For me, she is like an image of Ukraine. She is very softly. She's beautiful. She's very talented, and she is very very brave. And she understanding that it's scary for her. 2 days ago, the avia bomb fall with them, but in 100 meters. And doesn't explode.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Just landed and didn't explode.
Yeah, if it exploded, everybody will die, because it's avia bomb.
Right.
It was in Arichiv, in the Zaporizhia region, but it doesn't explode. And I called to her, I called to her because everybody else in this group are the adult guys with the battle experience. I called to her because I was scared about her reaction. And I said, everything okay? She said, yes, everything okay. I will continue. I said, thank you. And she's continued, and today
What
she...
a great Lubov. Wow. We
Любов
really wish
Shepeluk,
her- what kind of music is she singing to the
traditional
troops?
Ukrainian songs. Traditional Ukrainian songs, the songs of Ukrainian composers, 50s, 60s, in this group. So she's, we always let to go for her first, because she's coming, and the guys who sitting, who just come out from the position, they become, I don't know, like a candle, you know. And after her,
So inspiring for them. Why is it, Kolya, so important what Cultural Forces is doing? Why is it so important to bring music to soldiers fighting on the front line? What does it do for them?
Because at first, music is the one genre at all in all arts which working straightly with your unconsciousness. It doesn't analyze with your brain, so that's why you can compactly put emotion inside and send it straightly to anybody here, and it's unpackaged inside. So it's a very powerful instrument. And we bring in not just music. When I told the first going, Любовь Шепелюк, after her is going the poet. It's Artem Polezhaka, his name. He's amazing poet, amazing metaphors, amazing images in his poems. And
he reads poetry to the soldiers on the front line.
He wrote a lot of poetry on the front line. He was in the army from 24 from the first day of the war, of the big war, and he was with the gun machine and then with the drones. So he has battle experience. He know about what he writing poems. And everybody believe him, understand that we are the same blood. He working with that, he given the sense of humor, he given the mood upper. After him, it's coming Andriy Kokhan. Andriy Kokhan is one of the best jazz bass players in Ukraine. I took him from landing, from the forces. The sun, airborne,
Okay.
airborne forces. He was he worked with the mines and then with the drones. Then the bombs comes. Every guys from his team died. He was injured. He was in hospitals. We took him from there and to our team. And he's singing Ukrainian traditional songs, but it's kind of Ukrainian songs. It's Lemki songs. Lemki, it's part of Ukrainian culture. It's the place which placed on Poland and Ukraine. This part.
Okay, in the West.
Yeah. And it's a lot of Lemki right now in Poland. But it's part
Lemki is a region.
Lemki, it's I don't know how to translate. It's kind of people. It's not nationality.
All right.
Nationality inside nationality, like
Okay.
And they have a lot of beautiful songs. And he found one of the song, changed a little bit harmony, melody, playing, and it's fucking cold play.
Wow.
Very professional, very high level of professional. And he coming and telling about Lemki culture, play a few songs. It's amazing. And after that, coming one more girl. Her name is Ksenia. We call her Ksenia is the goddess of the warrior. Ksenia is the queen of the warrior. Like Xena is the queen of the warriors was the very famous serial in my childhood. Yeah. She's coming and she's the goddess. She is beautiful. She has very powerful voice, and she coming from the position, two positions. First one like sexual position. She's very sexual, but like how to say this kind of woman, like one woman for whole life, like Cleopatra, It's
okay.
Yeah, she's like Cleopatra. She's coming.
All right.
And everybody wants her in this moment, but understand they can't get her because she's the goddess. And she using that. It's amazing, especially when we have an officer with high-level officer.
Right.
She's working with them. It's amazing. It's working like a
what
big
kind
show.
of songs does she sing? What kind of
Ukrainian traditional songs, Ukrainian popular songs. Right now we writing for her own song. But it doesn't matter what she will sing. Nobody remember what she sung. Everybody remember Ksenia, but nobody
just that
remember what was
impressive.
inside. They remember that something happened, but what?
Sounds like she has a future career in pop music after
Of
this
course,
war.
of course.
And
I'm
you
sure
both
about
too,
that.
though, I think.
I'm sure about that. So it's one of our team, like Zaporizhia team, and everybody know his zone of responsibility, and together it giving the best result. Like Megatron, it was the cartoon in my childhood when it's different robots. They can do
Oh, yes,
something,
yes, of course.
but
Yes,
when
like
they
the
get in
Transformers. Yes, yes.
together, yeah, they become like big robot, and he will won in every battle. He get in victory always. So the main task for the enemy was to don't let him collect all the elements, because if it collected, they will fall.
Then it's trouble. And what can you describe the impact this has on the soldiers on the front line after one of your cultural forces performances or sessions? Does it lift morale? Does it inspire?
Okay, I will tell you just one of the last cases. We made the concert, and it was the guy who he was full of attention. And in the end, when we finished, he comes to me. I made photos with everybody. He made videos, which they will send to their parents or wife or children. And he comes to me, and he can't say normal, and he said like, and I speaking with him. I didn't understand what with him, and I said, let's make a photo, let's make a video. To whom you wanna send video? He said, Mama Natalia. I said, okay, let's do it. I made video, give few jokes inside, big hugs, telling the good words about him to his mother, and tell the Mama Natalia when we will meet, and we of course will meet each other. We will drink coffee together, giving the phone hugs. Then we go into the next concert, and the psychologist of this group wrote me, said, Kolya, it's amazing. This guy was after the very powerful contusion, and he can't speak normal. Right now, after the performance, he every time speaking fastly, sharing his experience, sharing his impression about the concert. His mother called to the psychologist, said a lot of thanks, like.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So how it works, and
So
it's just one of the situations. It's a lot of situations, not like this. They are different, but
Right.
it always giving the hope. You know what is giving? It's a lot of levels of the sense how it works. It works like celebrities and artists coming to the positions, to the places where almost nobody coming, and they coming going to the underground. It's the avia bombs outside, and right now here they have a concert, and not just a form of concert. It's inside the concert. It's a lot of grateful things, style, quality, and they impressed. Plus to that, the senses, the speeches between the songs. It's very important. The senses
Right.
which we're giving in the and we're giving souvenirs. We're making photos. We're giving the mood. We're sharing the emotion, and it's one of the most expensive things in the world. The emotions. Plus, we have like additional projects, like book on the front. It's called. So we bring in a lot of different books. And it's new books, it's interesting books. We understand in which the problem, which we actual here, and searching for the books which will help them to decide this problem. Like the man, the man in the searching of the sense of the Viktor Frankl. You know, Viktor Frankl is a logotherapist, psychologist who was in the concentration tabor, how to say, under this Nazist prison.
Yes, in the concentration camp. Yes.
Yeah, in the concentration camp, and he was 4.5 years there, and he sharing this experience and how in this how in this situation, in these objectives, where's no humanity. He found the sense. He always every day searching and found the sense, and with that he get to the end. Like one of his phrases was that first died dead people who thought that it will end tomorrow. After that died the people who think that it will not end anytime, anywhere, and become life. That people who understand that it will be that time that it will be. So every day we need to do something to remind ourselves that we are still alive, and have thankful for that.
Right.
And it book like
Such a
example is
vital
very
message.
useful there.
Yeah. Corley, I'd like to talk about one of your songs, "Home." You've said this song is about strong faith and hope, and the fact that there will still be love in the end. And you've said we are fighting not because we want to fight, we are fighting because we have no choice. Can you talk about how you wrote this song? I understand you wrote this together with a soldier on the front lines after a performance.
Yeah, it was not on the front line. It was the brigade who was replaced from the front line to 2 weeks for the rest, and we worked with them. They was tired. They was very tired, and we come to the guys to one of the groups. It was tankists, and we began the performance.
A tank.
Yeah.
Tank driver, right?
Tank driver and mechanics and everything like this. And we began the concert, and one of the guys said, "Please sing this song about the victory." I said, "Okay." Almost every song which we are singing, it's about the victory. And he said, "No, about."
Sure.
He said, "We will get home." I said, and I understood that I don't have the song like that. And I said,
"Oh, so
okay.
you didn't have a song. He was
Yeah.
requesting a song, and you didn't have one."
Yeah.
Like
and I said,
that,
"Okay,
so-
let's write it together. Come to me." He said,
That's
"I will not
fantastic.
come," because he afraid to
Did
come.
he know how to write songs? Had he ever written a song before or in his life?
Yeah.
Or-
And no, he no, because it's on the scene or under attention, he doesn't want to go there. I said, "Okay, I understood that I need to continue the story, so he doesn't want to come here. Okay, I will go." I said, "Okay, guys, change me, guys. We will come back." Took him, go to the kitchen, and said, "We need to write song." He said, "I can't." I said, "Okay, just tell me the stories. Create for me the objectives, the mood, and I will write." And he began to tell me about died friends, and I writing and wrote. Said, "Okay, let's go." And I thought that it will be like one-time song. I took the phone on the leg, said, "Guys, the song is ready. Begin to sing," and doesn't watch in the eyes of the audience. And finish and see that almost everybody with the tears in the eyes. I said,
Wow.
"Wow." And Sasha Chemirov, with whom you will have interview, said to me, I believe when he said that something is cool, it's 100% cool. And he said, "Great song, we need to write it." I said, "Okay," and we wrote it. And this song became one of the most powerful songs in the performance. uh, especially when it has right speech. And one of the my favorite speeches before the song, it's the speech about the hope. I tell him the hope. I give an example mm, in the Sandman. It was the episode when where Sandman had battle with the Lucifer, and I tell him this episode, and in the end he won because he was the hope, and nothing can kill hope. Why? Because hope. What is hope? When we think this hope is something abstract, we can't use it because hope is the very practical instrument. It's our possibility to see in our imagination the future, our future. We can be inside that, or we cannot be inside that. It's your personal. So see the future, the real one variant of the pure future, which you want. See it, feel it, hear it, understand that all your body wants to be there. Feel like energy in your body because you have inspiration of this kind of future. Feel this energy, open the eyes and understand that future is there in the future. Energy is here. So it's our possibility to give the power to ourselves from the future to the present, to help ourselves to get through the troubles.
Yeah.
So that's why hope is so useful and so important for us.
Now you traveled to America to perform the song at the home. To perform the song "Home" in the Ukrainian house in Washington D.C., and I think that was a benefit for the NGO Save Ukrainian Children. Is that right?
Yeah. We made the song with them. I moved to Washington. It was prayer and breakfast, and I had performance on prayer and breakfast. And
the prayer breakfast. Oh,
yeah, prayer breakfast.
That's a really important.
Yeah, I sang the song there. It was very powerful. I was in the Congress hall. I go to different cabinets of the congressman.
So you've met with some of our congressmen in Washington,
D.C. It was on Thursday and Friday, so it wasn't congressmen. There's just one. And it was the staff of the congressman. And I spoke with them, and I think it's more practical, it's more useful because the staff working with the ideas longer time. And when you can give this to the staff, because staff is not like public face. Sometimes you can come to congressman, tell him, and he say, yeah, okay. You can see the tears in his eyes, and you will go out and he will just chuk and continue his things because it's public people. Staff, it's not public people. So when you can give arguments which will touch the heart of the staff, it's the right thing. And
that's important. That's important.
This time for me it was like test. I understand what they want to see. I understood that the cultural content is the most important thing right now for us, and the cultural diplomacy need to be like the main focus right now in working with the congressman and working with the people in different countries where we need something from them to connect us, to help us, to be with us, to support us. We need to work not with the diaspora, with our people, okay, with them too, but at first we need to work with the local people, and with that we will understand another mentality. We will understand and come there, not like love us like we are right now. No, we need to find in what interesting these people, and give them this with the part of our culture, with the part of our mentality. So, and in this we will grow up. So that's why I came back, understood this focus, and right now we're working on that, and we're preparing different performances for the for the United States.
That's very important. Cultural diplomacy is very important.
So
And
that's why,
I think,
you know, David, that's
Yeah.
why I'm very happy that I'm speaking with you. I have a lot of thankful to you for what you're doing. I understand, you know, you like Prometheus in this, in the things you. Because when the war was began, it's a lot of attention on Ukraine, and it's a lot of guys who come in here, who want to make interviews and everything like this. But after that, emotion coming down, and right
Yes.
now we see the real truthful thoughts that right now it's understandable that you're doing that for your soul, not for your hype. Not for because it is right now.
I'm not getting rich
cool.
doing this.
Yeah, and you're doing
Making
it
any
not
money.
like one time. You do
Right.
it regularly, and opening Ukrainian culture from different sides and showing it.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for that. It's not work. I understand. It's like a mission. You found this mission
It's
for
very
yourself.
much a mission.
I understand your senses for that. It's like I don't know. It's like no, not priced. Монахи. Як? In the church, the guy in this.
Oh,
in
the
church.
the king. The
No. In
monarch.
different churches.
Oh,
priests.
The
No?
priest, yes, the high
Priest.
priest.
It's like priest. When you understand that your concentration or concentration of your mission on your mission, and maybe a lot of people around you will not see it, and it doesn't carry you because you feel it from here. So thank you for that.
I think it's very important that Americans and the world knows that Ukrainians are fighting not just for your people and for your land, but you're fighting for your culture, and you're fighting Russians' attempt to erase your culture. I mean, it's cultural genocide. It's a war crime, and I just think it's important for, you know, particularly Americans, but everyone around the world should know what's happening there, and that's why this podcast wants to talk with people like you who are doing so much in the field of culture in this war to resist the Russians. Kolya, I have a kind of a difficult question for you, if you don't mind. You've said,
Of course.
one of the outcomes of this war is Ukrainians will never forgive Russians. And I've read where you have a cousin who is a Russian soldier fighting against Ukraine. Can you describe for our audience how this impacts your family?
You know, that situation was in the beginning of the war, on the second day when I went to the army, when I decided that I want to join the army. And mother sent me that my cousin wrote the SMS that just still at home, and the army will come, and civilian nobody die. I know that he's the soldier. He's not soldier. He's the officer. So that's
he's an
why.
officer.
Yeah, he is not that guy who will be on the front line, but I think he will control some processes there on the front line. So I told my mother, just write him, fuck you, and it's enough. And from that time, I didn't hear nothing about him. Maybe my mother wrote him "fuck you" and he understood, and he really go.
It's just such a tragedy. I'm just really sorry that has happened to you. I wanted to finish the podcast talking about something really, really interesting you're doing. This podcast bus. I know you've been working on it for a long time, and honestly, if I was in Ukraine now, we would be on that bus doing this podcast.
100%.
And I look forward to
But you
joining
will,
you on that
you will come to Ukraine.
podcast bus.
Yeah, you will come to Ukraine, I'm sure, and I think we can go together and record some songs with the soldiers together.
That would be amazing. That would be. Tell me, where did you come up with this idea, and what exactly does the podcast bus do?
Right now it's the studio in Bus. Yeah, we can write.
So it's a mobile recording studio.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Really, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah, I think we will write podcasts there, but not right now. Right now we have more interesting for us project. We call it Frontline Studio, and right now we're trying to film. Not trying to bad word. We're filming 12 episodes. It's 12 songs. Which we will write on the front line, which will
in the bus. You'll record them.
Yeah,
in the
we
bus.
we already wrote 3 of them, and we saw that it will be like very fast episode. Like we found the guy, we write the song, we create something inside the song, give the song to listen for him, and the end. But when we began to record, to filming that, we understood no, it's like a lot of gold inside, and every episode about the song, the main hero is the song. The second hero is the guy who will sing the song, because this song it's taking the theme, social team or social military team. An example, the first one episode will be with the song Chapelan, and we wrote the song near Kupiansk, Kharkiv district, Kharkiv region. The guy who wrote the song, it's Sasha Remis. He's amazing rockabilly musician, very professional, very powerful guy. We wrote this song. We understood that we want to record the chorus of Capellanos, and we did it today. We just come to the university where Capellanos studied, said, we need everybody who's singing from you. We took a lot of guys and they're professional singing, like in chorus. We took them in the bus, wrote them, spoke with them, take a lot of information, understand that the theme of Capellanos right now in our country is very actual, and we need to open the theme. And we begin to do a lot of stuff about this theme. After that, I wrote to Sean Penn. We spoke with Sasha Chemirov. He said it will be very cool if we can take the guitarist of the Black Keys to write in this song. It's because style. This come on.
Yeah.
I wrote to Sean Penn. He is our big friend of Cultural Forces. Yeah, he's amazing man. I love him.
He's movie
amazing.
Just debuted, Superpower. His documentary just debuted in America here, and it's amazing. Wow, it's such an incredible work.
And Sean is amazing, with very big heart. Like it's
he
a big
loves
heart,
Ukraine.
and inside this big heart, Sean Penn, little.
Yeah.
And I wrote him. He said, I don't know the Black Keys, but I know. Josh, Queen of the Stone Age.
Oh yes, Josh Home. Yes,
Josh Home.
Yes,
Josh
yes,
Home.
Yes.
He said, I will write to him. He said he is okay. He will do it. He liked this song.
That's a fantastic second choice. That's really good. That'll be great. Yeah, Josh.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. And so we will have in this song the part of Josh Home. And just in the morning, Sean Penn called me and said, you need to write the second part of the song in English. I will speak with Bono. He will sing. So
wow. All right.
So
I
Sean
think you're in
Penn
good shape,
doing a lot of work for us.
Sean Penn as a friend is good for
Ukraine,
you. Very good for you.
He's amazing, and he has big open heart, and it's very important.
Yes, he does.
And the people like Sean Penn, like you, you cross the distance between our countries, not just between countries, between American people and Ukrainian people, and it's very important. You are the Prometheus.
This these 12 songs you record on the bus must be released as an album.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
After the war, this could be
Of
a
course.
really great event, and if there's anything I can do, I would love to help you with that.
Okay,
That would
thanks.
be a fantastic album of 12 songs recorded on this bus. I can already see the album cover right now. I'm picturing it. It'd be really,
Oh.
really a big success for you. Well, Kolya, I just want to thank you for joining us. You're a very busy man. You're doing God's work there in Ukraine. It's so important what you're doing to help the soldiers on the front line through cultural forces, and your team, including Tsenya and Lubov and everyone else that you talked to us about. I wish them the best of luck and safety, and I hope they are always able to do what their passion is driving them to do, and it's so important for this war effort. So thank you again, Kolya, for joining us on the Art During Wartime podcast, and I really look forward to meeting you in Kiev, or in Ukraine, and somewhere in Ukraine. I look forward to meeting
I'm
you
waiting for you.
sometime soon.
Thank you.
Thank you again. Thank you.